Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Shantae Half Genie Hero. We are now reconvening in the Shantae playthrough where we left off when Friends to the End ended. Well, actually a little bit before it. What?
What happened? Where am I?
We were trying to reach you for hours. Are you okay? I was afraid that you'd... Shh, give her a moment. How do you feel? I'm fine, I think. You were overcome by dark magic. It was my fault, I'm afraid. Yeah, we saw all this before. No, Uncle. It was mine. I knew the Genie realm was in danger. I wanted to be a hero and save the day. But I wanted to do it on my own. I guess deep down I still felt like I had to make up for my human half. Didn't we just go through a whole game where you were 100% human? I don't know. But without the strength of my human friends, I'd be lost right now. I put you all in so much danger. I'm sorry. We're just glad you're back. There seems to be a little too much space between your and back. Just sort of noticed that. And if I may be so bold, I'm beginning to think that your human half is the stronger part of you. Heh, thanks, Uncle. Sigh. Say, what's this on the floor? That would be a carpet. Oh, you got Risky's hideout map. Ha! She'll never find her way back without this. Risky must have dropped it when she stole the dynamo. This is where she plans to attack the Genie realm. There's no time to waste. We've got a pirate queen to catch. Whoa! Okay, I'm not gonna do it anymore. Slow down. Yeah, we don't know anything about her plan. You could be walking right into another trap. They're right. The situation calls for patience. She said she was going to improve the machine, and we know she was aware of only 4 components. If we had clues as to how she plans to modify those parts, I could create a device to counter her plan. But Uncle, every second we delay, Risky gets closer to corrupting the Genie realm. If my mother is really inside that place, this could be my last chance to find her. You're right, of course. You can confront Risky Boots now, or continue to look for clues. The choice is up to you. If any of you finds any clue, no matter how insignificant it may seem, bring it here to my workshop immediately. Understand? Roger that. You bet. I'll get Wrench ready to fly. I'm not looking for clues. Risky may have the upper hand, but we're not finished yet. Well, what are y'all waiting for? Start looking for clues! Don't just do something, stand there! Okay, but yeah, this is basically the part of the game where we now have the choice, and I think you have an idea of where this might be going if you do decide to go after Risky first. Yeah, you'll be on the road to the bad ending if you don't go and find the 4 components. And also, we're gonna have some guests around Scuttletown.
Techno Baron.
What are you doing way out here? Pure procrastination. I've been assigned 1 billion hours of community service. They're making me tear down my factory to make way for a putrid mermaid preserve. Yeah! That's a sound. Well, that's what you get, I suppose. The sooner you get back to work, the sooner you'll be done. Try whistling. Never, I say! I refuse to lift a single digit until someone recovers my data chip. I hid it in the factory. It has all of my financials on it. Find it, I say! Okay, so we need to find a data chip for the, Techno Baron, but that's not all we're after. Inside the bathhouse. Hypno Baron? What are you doing here? It's impossible to work with that moronic Squid Baron, so I'm starting over fresh. I refuse to be reduced to comical banter. I mean, to be fair, he doesn't look like the comical type, so yeah. I will rebuild an empire of fear by feeding on sunken souls. I command you to find 10 of them. Fail in this, and I will inhabit the minds of all the citizenry in Scuttletown, driving them to madness. That sounds more like the Hypno Baron I know. Bring me the sunken souls! So yeah, we also need to keep an eye out for 10 sunken souls. But that's not all! Ammo Baron, what are you doing here? What's it look like? I'm shopping for spare parts. Until I repair my ship and get her airborne, my entire fleet's up there just burning fuel. I mean, it's not like I can just call them or anything. If I had 5 pieces of scrap metal, I could fix my ship and get out of your lousy hair. Well, yeah, now we have to look for scrap metal as well. And yet, that's still not all. We head into the art gallery, and inside we'll find the Squid Baron. Squid Baron! Yo! You're here? I thought I destroyed you in a battle. Nah, you get over the explosions and screen-clearing blast after a while. No perma-harm done. But check this out. Have you seen all this Squid Baron fan art in this place? Well, not yet, but we will in an extra video. Stay tuned for that. I'm some sort of global phenomenon. In fact, here. And we get a velvet poster. I had to take some artwork down to make room for more pics of me! But this is someone's artwork. Some person poured their heart and soul into this. Bah, toss it. No way. I'm going to find it a good home. Don't we remember somebody looking for an awesome poster to hang up? Well, we'll sort that out later on. But for now, we have the tasks at hand, and now comes the main part of this video. So yeah, at this point, we're going to be going back to all the previous areas in the game, collecting every single item along the way. We're going to get every heart holder, every gallery key, every scrap metal, every sunken soul, everything. We're going for 100% today. And then in the next part, we will take the fight to Risky Boots. So yeah, given that this is going to be mainly an item cleanup, if you want to go ahead and skip to the next part, feel free to do so. But in this part, I'm going to be showing you where all those items are, starting with this flower right here. As you know, you need to stomp them with the elephant form, and inside each one you'll find scrap metal, or gems. There's also this girl that has been standing here since fairly early in the game. I just visited the spa. What was that mess? A place to allow one's body to go soft while wallowing in the lap of luxury? Not for me. No, sir. Strength must be earned through a staunch diet and rigorous exercise. I crave protein! Only the egg of a monster will slake my thirst. Never heard that word. Oh! Is that monster egg for me? Oh, one of the 9 that I have? Sure, you can have it. Nice! A fortress is built one brick at a time. So it is with your body. Never forget it. Here, a reward for your efforts. And so she gives us our first heart holder. First of many. I have no need for that. I have no need for extra health. Who needs health when you have eggs? And with that, we've basically collected all the items in Scuttletown. The other item was the mermaid bubble, but we needed that in an earlier part, so we're good there. But before we head out, I thought I'd go into the item shop and pick up a few things. Because we've still got a few things left to buy. I'll go ahead and maximize the speed and power of my hair now. And that leaves us with a little left over. I'll go ahead and buy one of these. I'm going to buy the Super Mega Puff. I can't actually carry enough money to buy all 4 of these at once, so I need to go ahead and buy one now. And with the remaining money, I will go ahead and get Max Attract and Metronome. So, to show what Metronome does, when you hit the dance button, you cycle through your dances much faster. It's a good way to get to the dance that you want to get to quickly, but frankly, I feel like this goes a little too fast, and I sometimes wind up missing the dance that I need to get to, so I'm actually going to be turning off the metronome and sticking with the standard speed, because frankly, that's fast enough in my opinion. But we'll try and get as many gems as we can during our travel so that we can purchase the rest of the shop items. But for now, let's go ahead and head to Sky's hatchery and make our way to the rest of the levels in the game. Wrench is ready to fly. You ready to take on Risky Boots? You bet. No matter what evil recipe she's been cooking up, you can be sure I'm gonna bite it. Well, okay then. Are you ready to lift off? I love the sudden shift in tone there. But, yeah, time to head to all the levels in the game. Again. And so, with our map, we've now shown where Risky's hideout is, and as you can see, there are no collectibles to be had here. So this is indeed the last place you need to go in the game. We'll be taking care of that in the next part, but for now, time to do our backtracking. Starting here in Main Street. So right off the bat, we're going to have a secret in the first section of water that we can go swimming in. And we need to become mermaid. Also worthy of note here is that when you are in mermaid form, the starfish enemies that you encounter in this level do not hurt you, and in fact, they will become your allies when you're swimming in water. When you press the attack button, they will shoot some bubbles themselves. Their bubbles don't do as much damage, but they're there. Anyway, we come inside the tunnel, get the chest, and there's another heart holder for us. I'm going to be speeding up through most of this until we get to the next major collectible that we need to collect, so, enjoy the ride while I'm making the way over there. Okay, so become a mermaid again here. And we have ourselves another pipe to go in. You could also get here by being a crab, so whichever you prefer. But inside we find a chest and a Master Emerald shard? No, it's the green stone. This is a pretty nifty item. It lets you whip green gems, and they will turn into magic that can be used to restore your magic meter if you would prefer to have that instead of the gems. Very nifty to have, but you should turn off any attract magic that you have if you plan to use that. Okay, and as soon as we come into the beginning of the second part, switch over to Harpy form and fly straight up. And at the top you will find a lone platform here with a chest on top. And we have a new relic, the Waterfall Relic. Using either of our water-based transformations, you can now go directly up and down a waterfall by pressing the up arrow. We'll be sure to make use of that in Mermaid Falls when we get there. Head inside this crack using monkey form, and you'll find another chest containing another heart holder. So yeah, you can actually get this one fairly early on, but like I said, I wanted to have everything collected all at once so I could show them all at once. And inside these bricks here is a flower. Pull out elephant and stomp on it for another piece of scrap metal. And with that, all items on Main Street are collected. Next up, Mermaid Falls. So as you can see, we have a blue flower here at the very beginning with scrap metal for us. Then we need to switch over to either Mermaid or Crab and dive into this water here, where we'll find our first sunken soul. Yeah, this being the primary level with all the water in it, you can bet that we're going to be seeing a lot of those. Also, I find this amusing. I don't know why, I just do. Anyway, go ahead and switch over to Mermaid, and then dive down into this water. We've got quite a bit to collect down here. Once we head over in this direction, on up here, and there's another sunken soul. As you can probably imagine, all the sunken souls are going to be found in underwater sections. So pretty much in this level and in Tassel Town in its first section. Anyway, over in this direction and down. This is why it's a good idea to come here after you have the mermaid bubble as well. And here's our first waterfall. So like I said, you go up to the waterfall, you press up, and you go zooming up it. You can also do that with crab form. But we go ahead and do that, and we have another heart holder. We've already tripled our health bar in just this one part, isn't it great?
Transform!
Anyway, we got another collectible just up here. Traversing this area with mermaid form is so much easier. But yeah, another chest, and our first gallery key. We've got a lot more waterfalls that we can snoop around in, so we're gonna head down here. Watch out for these spike enemies here. They can be quite plentiful, but shooting them isn't really going to help either because of their explosion after they are defeated. But anyway, go ahead and switch over to a water-based animal and swim up this waterfall to reach the portal. And we have a chest waiting for us. This time we get the Harpy Talon. So, in Harpy form, we now have a means of attack. You can press the attack button and you'll shoot feathers straight forward. It also holds you in the air while you're attacking, so that's kind of nifty. It doesn't stop your walking momentum though, so keep that in mind if you plan to use that attack. Snip this grass, and we get the Sunken Soul. Progress! So, here's a section that I need to show. If up in the upper right section here, you'll find a little gap here with a path that we could theoretically take the mouse form to, but we can't actually get in there with Harpy form. Instead, fly all the way to the left side, and then use bat form to fly straight across this section here. It can be a little bit of a trek, but you are at just the right angle to be able to squeeze right in here and take out the bricks so you can move right in. Now switch over to mouse form, and into the maze we go. This is going to be a bit of a trek, so get ready for the long run, and this time we have the mouse bite attack, which can let us get past these worms much more easily, as you will see. You just hit the attack button and boom, they just explode. But other than that, yeah, we're basically just following more paths as we make our way across. Be very careful that you don't accidentally walk out of the side of one of these, otherwise you're going to have to do this all over again. And we already know how much longer this is, how long this is already, so don't make this any longer than it needs to be. Anyway, we have ourselves two collectibles that we need to get down this path. The first one is right here. It's our next gallery key. Finally, after that long trek, we make it to the next chest. And it's another heart holder. Can never have too many of those. Alright, so our first section inside the factory will take us underwater at the second part where we can go underwater. And down here we will find our first Sunken Soul. Or rather, our fifth. Shortly as we come to the next section, we have a flower that needs stomping.
Transform!
That's our fourth scrap metal. One more of those, and ammo barrier is dealt with at least. So we need to snip past this grass. Here's where one of the blobfish kids were, but also here's where a sunken soul is. But this section is unique in that we need to come down once as a crab and then once in mermaid form. We can't get both of the sunken souls in one trip. So anyway, take mermaid form over here, take out the enemies, take out the brick, and here's the next sunken soul. That's all the sunken souls for this world. Use elephant form to break through this brick here. And here's another chest containing a gallery key. So now we fly all the way to the top and find ourselves to a cave here. We don't need Harpy form to get here, but it definitely makes things easier. But inside this particular place, we're going to need a combination of spider form and bat form. Use bat form in order to fly across these narrow sections with spikes on the floor and ceiling, and then use spider dance in order to crawl along the open sections of ceiling. Nothing terribly difficult. Also, you could use Harpy form for this last section, but you don't have to. Personally, I think it's a little riskier that way. But yeah, you can do it entirely with spider and bat. And once we make it through there, we have another chest waiting for us, and here is the data chip. This is that thing that the Techno Baron wanted, so we're all good there. Okay, Mermaid Falls is now 100% completed. Moving on now to Tasseltown. So right off the bat, switch over to crab form or mermaid, and then head down here to get this sunken soul. You should actually be able to get this one very early in the game because it's right here, not being protected by anything, so there's no reason to not collect it your first time playing. Head on down here in mermaid form. Take out this block, and there will be another sunken soul waiting just outside this pipe here. Right up here. We have a block in the ground, so we need elephant form. And then we need to switch over to crab. Mermaid isn't going to be able to fit down here. But here's where we'll find our last sunken soul. But that's not all that's down here. We also have ourselves a bit of a fire dodging area here. Move between the fire, use down in order to get out of the way quickly. And this part's not too terribly difficult. It kind of reminds me of those sections from Risky's Revenge. Except those were in complete darkness. I believe the Game Boy Color game did a lot of those as well. But we head on inside, find ourselves a chest with another heart holder. And now we come to the tower, and there's quite a bit to collect here, so I thought it best to start this one from the beginning. So here's one of the chests that we didn't really have time to stop for the first time we came through. Switch over to mouse form, come out the other end, easy enough. And here we have a gallery key. Okay, so switch to elephant form and get this block moving. Because inside is another chest. I didn't mean to go back this way. Knock back and all that. But anyway, hit the chest, and it's another gallery key. Yeah, this world has the most gallery keys in it. Here's one that often stumps a lot of people. This block here needs to be pushed down. Get these snakes out of the way here. But yeah, we need to start pushing this block towards the bottom, because there's a certain platform it needs to land on. Down this way, and then over this way. Yeah, once it lands here, then you switch over to elephant form, and now you can go through this wall. And this leads us to another block puzzle room, where we're going to need to use elephant form in order to push the blocks into a certain position so that we can use mouse form to get to the bottom of the room here. But if you arrange them in the way that I'm showing you, it's not going to be too terribly difficult. Basically, it's just a matter of matching up the designs so that the mouse form would be able to get through. But basically, take the bottom one and move it all the way to the right. Then move the block that's off to the right to the bottom, and then connect that. Then this top one here that I'm pushing right now, and then the one off to the left. You'll notice that the one to the left is the only one that you can enter from, so naturally it needs to go in last. But once you have them all in place, go ahead and jump on top, switch over to the mouse, and then we can start making our way through. This is a very interesting puzzle. I rather like it. Kinda wish there was more of it. But I guess there can only be so many uses for a mouse, right? So it would seem we managed to squeak by. Anyway, we get through the 4 blocks, and now we're going along the side of the wall. Come out the other end, and there's a chest waiting for us, containing another key. Definitely the hardest gallery key to find in the game. Elephant dance to go through this wall, and we have another chest waiting for us once we use mouse form again. I said mouse form. There we go. This one's a lot more simple. We're basically just following a set path. There's not really much divergence in the different ways you can go in this particular maze, if it can really qualify as such. But yeah, you just go through the path. That last part's kind of tricky because you have to immediately press up as you're going across, otherwise you'll just go to the other side, which is annoying at the most, but not undoable. Anyway, another heart holder. Once we're at the top, switch over to harpy form and you will find that you can go even higher. And at the top is another chest with another heart holder. So starting in the 3rd section, there's a chest very early on that you can also get in the first time you visit. Bat form makes this a lot easier. You can just literally just fly right across, get to the chest that way, for another gallery key. The trickier way to get across is to use monkey form and monkey bullet, and then just jump to each of these small platforms. A little riskier, but doable, in case you don't have the bat form yet. get these archers out of the way before you try and go for that chest up there. When they are out of the way, go ahead and switch over to spider form. Cling onto this upper wall, and then you can very easily get to the chest. For another heart holder. Alright, all items in Tasseltown collected. Now, before we go on to Cape Crustacean, we actually need to go ahead and go to Hypno Baron's castle next, because there's an item here that we need that I forgot to collect the second time I came here. So, next stop, Hypno Baron's castle. This place can be kind of maze-like, so I thought it might be a good idea to start from here again. Yeah, right over here we have a Genie door. That leads us to a chest that we basically had no opposition to. And inside we find bat sonar. This is another relic that basically lets us see in the dark as a bat. So if we encounter any rooms that are in complete darkness, that won't be as much of an issue. As long as we're down here, we may as well drop off that velvet poster that we collected. Hey, you got one. Let me see that. Well, here you go. This ain't at all what I expected. It's way better! Yeah, I'm digging this. Here. Kinda sad we don't get to see it now. Anyway, he gives us a squid poster. Poe picked up that sorry-looking squid poster at a nerd con. No backsies. Stay classy, Abner. Indeed. So, yeah, now we have a Squid Baron picture to bring to the Squid Baron. We'll be sure to take care of that when we're done here. Heading into that far door takes us to another chest that is not a mimic, but in fact, a heart holder. And yeah, short and sweet is Hypno Baron's castle. We got the heart holder, we got the sonar, we're good there. So, time to finish things up here at Cape Crustacean. Naturally, the collectibles wouldn't start until the second part of this stage, because the first part is literally just a carpet race. Well, have fun, Ammo Grunt. Anyway, head down here. Here's a doorway. And here's where we will need elephant form to go straight down. And we'll have ourselves another gallery key. Down here we have another door with another chest waiting for us. Use monkey form in order to quickly get past this laser. If you're quick about it, you can get the treasure and then back out of here before the laser can make its way back. And in here, we'll have ourselves another chest waiting for us. Now, there are two ways you can get across here. I imagine the practical way to do this is with crab form. Wait for the lasers to stop. Then during the second or so that they're inactive, move forward a little bit, and then duck to hide under the shell until the lasers stop again. Move forward a little bit, duck under your shell again. You'll probably need to duck under your shell about 3 times in order to make it all the way across, but don't get greedy. Because, yeah, if you get zapped, back to the start for you. And start is the door. But making it to the end, we get ourselves a heart holder. Now, if you don't feel like doing that again, you could just run straight into the laser to skip it. But here's another funny way to do this.
Transform!
The tree is not hurt by the lasers. I find this amusing. But, of course, you are, so, yeah. Early on, as we fight our way through the interior of the ship, we have this section in the ceiling that is lined off with spikes. We need to go up here with spider form.
Transform!
Or RB form, I guess, if you have it. But yeah, spider form can be used to attach to the ceiling and get up top here.
Transform!
And inside is another chest. We're familiar with this scenario by now. And what item do we get? Hey, Minecraft called. They want their item back. But, yeah, similar to the greenstone, when you hair whip red gems while you have this, they will turn into hearts if you don't want the gems. So that's really nifty to have on hand. But again, make sure you turn off your attract before you use it. Now we need to head on downstairs, because we've got a couple more secrets down here. First of all, we have a blue flower growing inside the ship somehow. And inside of it, we'll have our last piece of scrap metal. But now we need to head on over to the water room. A little surprised that there's no sunken soul in this area. Would have been a fitting place for it, at least. Anyway, switch over to mermaid form. Swim on up here, and you'll notice that we have plenty more waterfalls to use. Press up to make your way through. I'll switch over to crab form since the crab can move a little faster. There are a few dead ends here and there, so make sure you're taking the right path. But for the most part, it's a pretty straightforward path. It's not too terribly difficult. Head on over here, and here's where the chest is, containing a gallery key. You'll notice a little hole in the wall there. We're going to need monkey form to get inside. And find ourselves another genie door. Surprised they have one of these built on the ship. But inside we have ourselves a completely dark room. This is why we needed to go to Hypno Baron's castle first. When you switch to bat form, you get a little spotlight around you. This lets you know where you can safely land. And with each platform you land on, you go a little further up. So that's nifty. Just be careful that you don't go too far forward, because as you can see, there are some walls that have spikes on the side of them, and you don't want to go into the side of those. We'll jump up here. Now let's see where we can go next. Up top to where this jar is. I don't actually recommend breaking the jars because they are a good marker for where you can jump to. Well, we're starting to get to the top of the screen, so I don't surmise it'll be much longer before we can safely get to the treasure here. Straight down here.
Transform!
Again, this is a very interesting challenge, and I rather like it. Be able to land down there. Woo! That was close. But yeah, here's where we can go through and find ourselves another chest. This time we get the spider venom. You might remember this one from the Game Boy Color. This basically gives spider form an attack. You press the attack button and you spit up a little ball of blob straight forward. Very handy. Alright, get these ammo grunts out of the way before we start pushing these blocks downwards with elephant form. I'm not gonna worry too much about that one. Well, okay, I guess I'll, okay, now you're just asking for it. Use Harpy form, hit him with the Harpy Talon.
Harpy Talon!
You hit me way more than I would have liked you to, but oh well. Anyway, switch over to Elephant, push these blocks down. Then push this one out of the way. And now we'll have ourselves a monkey bullet challenge. Basically, jump. Well, cling onto the wall for one. And then use monkey bullet to jump from each of these orange walls. It's not terribly difficult, but you do need to be paying attention to where you're landing. And mind your timing when you press the Y button, because often you will need to hit the Y button as it is scrolling in order to make it to the next one. And that leads us to our final heart holder. And that's everything in Cape Crustacean collected, and with that, we have now collected every item in the game. So let's head on back to Scuttle Town and drop everything off. Alright, we're back in town. Now let's go seek out each of the barons and drop off their requested items. What is it? You found my data chip, have you? Yep, here you go. It's mine! Hand it over! Ha ha ha! Well then, I see no reason not to give you a reward suitable for a peasant such as yourself. Oh, you gave me Risky's cufflink. How did you get this? What are you looking at? Take your reward and leave me! Thanks, Techno Baron. Good luck becoming financially solvent. Next up, the Hypno Baron. Ha 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 ha! Sunken souls, lay them at my feet. Alright, there you go. Want me to put them in the water there? Seems fitting. See how they quiver and wriggle in fear of their master. You have done well. I will give you a gift. And so he gives us a ribbon. Risky's ribbon. That object is an ornament of pure hatred. Thanks, Hypno Baron. Good luck building your fear empire. Next up, Ammo Baron. Well, hold the phone. Is that scrap metal for yours truly? Yeah. You know, you ain't half bad, babe. I'm gonna share a little secret with you. I had a run-in with old Missy Boots some time ago, and she dropped this. And he gives us Risky's pendant. Never liked how that gal throws her weight around. Maybe that thing will help you take her down a peg, eh? Keep it between you and me. What, not gonna thank Ammo Baron? Fine, be that way, Shantae. Anyway, into the art gallery we go. And Squid Baron is waiting for us with that artwork. Keep the Squid Baron fan art coming. Hey, that squid poster you have looks epic. Give me that. Well, normally gimme gimme never gets, but I'll make an exception. Oh yes, I've got to have this laminated. Here, something for you in return. And we get Risky's buckle. How is she losing so many articles of clothing? Looks like it broke off of a size 7 fashionable leather boot that smelled great. I'm not going to think about the smell, personally, but yeah, we've dropped off all the major collectibles. We have 4 clues now. So let's drop them off at the workshop. You guys were no help. So, will you battle Risky Boots head-on and stop her quickly? Or will you search for the 4 clues and formulate a plan of attack? The choice is yours. Look, Uncle, I found something. Several somethings, actually. I think this is Risky's buckle. Let's have a look at that. It appears to be caked in ash from a metal forge. I'll keep studying it. Good work. Find any clues? Yeah, we're just gonna drop them all off at once. Well, this could be Risky's cufflink. Let's have a look at that. There's a smudge from sealant often used with insulated rubber hoses. I'll keep studying it. And yeah, he's gonna just keep repeating the same dialogue except for this one piece that he'll say at the very end of it. There are oil spots dotting the surface. Not your typical grade either. Then he'll keep studying it, he'll ask for another clue. Hey, look, it's Risky's ribbon. Let's have a look at it. It smells of sulfur. What's she building? What she's building uses great heat as a power source. I'll keep studying it. That's everything I could find, Uncle. Perfect. With these 4 clues in hand, I should be able to decipher her plan. One moment. Just a matter of where she went and which materials she was after. Wider dispersal requires... No, that's not it. Something to amplify the counterflow. No, she wouldn't have known about the hamster wheel. Yes, a much larger magical intake valve. Eureka! Here's your answer. And so we get a magical polarizer. What's this? That is a magical polarizer. Didn't you read the item get screen there? With this item, you can cancel the inversion process and redirect the magic like a lightning rod. Huh? I'm with you on this one. That's a thing that can happen. If that pirate tries to switch your magic, you can switch it right back again. Cool. Will it really work? No idea, but it's better than nothing. Well, that's what they said about Mighty Number 9. We all saw how that turned out. Come on, she's got this. Go kick her buns, champ.
It's time to stop Risky Boots once and for all.
Couldn't have said it better myself. No, really, I couldn't have, so thank you for being such a good voice actor. But with that, we have all the 4 clues dealt with. All that's left to do now is to go take on Risky Boots at Risky's hideout, which we will take care of in the next video. So, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time!